Hey guys, it's Kelly. Hey, this is page 5 of my mini art journal series that I am doing, and this one is called Time Flies. And this one I was looking for an easy page, so I thought, how can I do something easy but still add some cool points to it? So I decided to go with a napkin. And that stencil that is like a really deep, wide kind of wood grain stencil I got from Die Cuts with a View. And I'm using my molding paste by Liquitex. And it was kind of slippery, so I decided to use some Scotch tape on the corners. It really helps me just to slap that down really quick. It holds my stencil straight. So, and my Liquitex paste it really got dried out, and I spent a really long time adding water to it and getting it back to where I wanted it, like the consistency of it, and it's getting dry again on me. So I need to get some of that Dreamweaver stuff. I think I need to get some of that. Might work out better. So I just put on a nice thin layer, and I struggled with that part right there because there was a big clump in my paste, so I had to even it out. So I just put that on there and cleaned my stencil and dried it and spared you all of that. So now it's all nice and dry. And then there's that beautiful napkin. Now the napkin is really pretty, and I thought, wow, there's already so much going on with the napkin. It's kind of busy. It's kind of busy for me, but it's okay. It's okay. I want it nice. But it's a napkin pack that I got from Tuesday Morning, and I like the little bird on there. I like the little butterflies. It's just kind of shabby looking. I liked it. So, and you can do it either landscape or portrait layout, and hopefully you can see how that works on that napkin. You can spin it around. So I just used 1/4 of it. Used my Mod Podge and put it down to make sure it went in between all the deep creases of my wood grain modeling paste. Molding paste, whatever. I do that every time. You know what it is. Texture paste. So I put it underneath, and then I put it over and let that dry. And then I know I'm still putting the Mod Podge on there, but so once it dried, I just trimmed off the edges and made it look all nice and spared you guys all that. So there's my piece. It's all trimmed out, dried, and hopefully the video is picking up how the napkin falls between the wood grain texture. So, and I decided to go with a black background, and the black gesso works out best to cover up those colors in the background. So, and I tried to be really careful because this is page 5 of my 28-page mini art journal series, and I don't know what I'm going to do from one page to the next, so I definitely don't want to get that black gesso on anything other than exactly what I want. So I'm being quite careful. And the idea here was to have a nice black background. I don't use that very often, so that was just something that was a little bit different for me. So I thought I'd use a nice black background and then use my text stamp. It's one of my favorite texture stamps. And it is, you know, who makes that thing? Stamp Abilities. And it's a wood mounted stamp. And I'm seriously considering unmounting it. And I'll have more to come on that because I've got some new stamps that I'm going to show you guys how to mount and unmount, and talk about the reasons why it's a good idea one way or the other. And it really is a personal preference, I think, but I'm going to show you guys how to do that, and I just recently learned myself. I think it's a very good thing to know. I'll share that with you. So, but you see the way I'm struggling with that. Now the rubber stamps I think leave you the best impression, but you can't see through it like you can with your clear stamps. So you're kind of in the blind with it, but if I didn't have on that block, I could have maneuvered it better. And I just wasn't freaking out about whether or not it was a perfect stamp. It's going to be mostly covered up. It was just a little touch on the edges. But if I had that not mounted on that wood block, I probably would have had much better luck with what I was trying to accomplish there. But so more to come on that. Don't want to digress. So when I just got a baby wipe, I'm cleaning that off. So, and there's the idea, and I just wasn't liking it. It just kind of wasn't working out great for me. I kind of struggled with it, went back and forth between different papers in the background, but you'll see what happened in the end there. I'm using my black archival ink because I have sealed the top with Mod Podge. And you need that ink on there because it is now a non-porous surface. So I'm putting it on there kind of thick, kind of rich around the edges. Might have overdone it a little bit, but that's alright. So, and then I'm drying that because that's archival, that's white cloud chalk archival ink that I used on the black gesso. And it'll tend to smear if you don't dry it really well. So, and I'm putting it on there and I'm just not liking it. It needed more. I messed around with some different color paper and some pinks, some oranges to pull out those colors. And funny enough, I wound up going with the black gesso in the background and then a white, some white cardstock. There's a lot of brown in that napkin, so I decided to use my vintage photo distressing to distress the outsides of it. And it wasn't enough just hitting the edges, so I had to really bring that color in and bring out the brown portion of that vintage photo ink. And I went with that. It's more like a card, and I'm kind of been in the card making mood. But it's my journal, and I can do whatever I want. And I went with this. It was a really fast way to make an art journal page and to feel good about it. It didn't take very long, but I fussed over, papers like I usually do. So that is a very, oh my gosh, it's an old stamp set. I've had it in my stash forever. It's a Stampendous stamp set. Time Flies is the name of the stamp set. So, and sorry, I brought it in, and all I did was stamp it on a piece of white cardstock, and then I used black soot to highlight the outsides of the sentiment that just simply says "Time Flies." And the reason why I did that is because, for one, there's a bird on there, and also I have been the day just totally got away from me. I was like, seriously, it's already this late? So I was feeling like, oh my gosh, the whole day just got away from me. So there. And I called it done. I kept it simple. Very, very simple and easy. And just added some white highlights to his eye and just some areas on him. Just kind of make him pop. Very, very subtle. Once I got up my white pen, I was like, you're trying too hard. Just add a couple things here and there and let the napkin do the work for you. So, and then at the bottom, the only thing we missed is me dating it and signing it. So there it is. I'm showing you up close, and I'll have a still again here. One of the pictures. Page 5. There you go. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll like it. It's a quick way to do a art journal page if you're stuck. And thank you so much for liking, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks guys. More to come.